Or
like you did like 15, 16 different kinds of drugs with me alone.
At least. Well, see, that a lot of it, like after my dad died, I'm just like, you know what? I've been such a good boy for, especially out west, busting my ass off, doing my business, working. I'm like, you know what? I just, for this last past year, I just want to kind of, let things roll.
Well, like I was a drug dealer in high school. Well, like I was selling weed in high school, selling weed after the army. Because I joined the army fresh out of high school, so I took a break from selling weed.
I sort of did. It took 3 years to get in because I had a high security clearance, so like had to go through the process.
Well, like my whole process took maybe three months. Yeah, about
mine
3 months.
Mine took way too long. I don't know why, but it did.
Yeah.
I guess there was a lot more competition. I guess.
I don't know, 5 months because I applied. I initially applied. What was it? June 2009. Then they called me back to go sign all my paperwork. September 2009, and then by November 2009, I was sworn in. And then come January, I started.
I was working for Corrections Canada in 2009.
Yeah.
Just moved to Edmonton.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I kind of regret just leaving.
Yeah.
I probably should have asked for a transfer, but I just walked out, never went back.
Damn.
I did have a meeting with my.
Were you Reg Force or?
Well, I mean, I'm talking with Corrections Canada.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was Reg Force, yeah. But at least I got an honorable discharge, so.
Yeah. Well, I got a medical discharge, which is technically an honorable, but still, they fucked me right
medical,
over. They fucked me right over.
Yeah, they fucked me over too. That's why I fucking got out. I took the VR because they were just screwing me left, right, and center. So.
Yeah. Well, I got a medical discharge, and then they fucked me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Harper fucked me like 3 times. Trudeau fucked me twice, and they didn't even spit on it or use a fucking rubber.
That's not right at all, bro. Not right at all.
What would have been what would have been a $4,500 a month pension? They turned to fucking $135.
Exactly what happened to my dad. 6 months away from his pension after working 31 years in the same company, got nothing.
Yeah.
Said his pension would have been $4,000 a month.
Damn.
He almost became president of the company, but he lost out to some freaking brown nose. They probably would have been better off if they would have hired my dad as president.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you get one, and then they also offered him a job in the U.S., but he didn't want it because I was 15, I think my brother was 14. Yeah. He didn't want to move to the U.S.
And I was literally 6 months away from being eligible for a promotion that would have gotten me in a fucking office job. Yeah.
My dad had enough sick time if he wanted to. He could have just claimed his sick time and then got his pension. But didn't. And then they told him if he wanted your pension, he could fight us in court. He didn't. He should have.
Yeah.
Just think, like I bet you if my dad would have had his pension, I think he probably would have been still alive today because he would have had that higher amount. Instead of getting government subsidies for his medication and that, he would have been a lot.
Yeah, instead of getting fucking President's Choice fucking drugs, he would have gotten fucking brand name shit.
He would have got more. He would have had better treatment too. He would have had to afford it, right? Instead of just living off the government pension, right?
Yeah, instead of getting subsidized Medicare, he would have gotten private medical care. So.
Yeah. That's what happens when the American. See what happened? It was good old free trade. The Canadian company tried to buy the American company out. It didn't work, and then the American company bought the Canadian company out. And then they got rid of everybody. They came to my dad. Just before they got rid of him, they came to John. I need a list. All the employees, how long they've been with the company, how much they make, their education, and so he gave it to them. And then I think it was, I don't know how much longer after that. Excuse me, I think it was like maybe a month or so. So basically, when I was the sales manager, so he was basically all his. Oh, right there, actually, look, that's the company that bought out the Canadian company on the back of that. See that crown there? So that's Crown Cork and Seal that bought out Continental Can. So that crown there in the back, right there.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the company that bought out the Canadian company. Yeah. And so he basically all he did was golf with his clients. They were all done, like whatever, Coke, whatever can companies he had. Yeah. So we had 2 bosses. So one morning, one of the bosses came to him. He's like, "John, we have a meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m." He's like, "Oh, okay." So he went to the other boss. He's like, "Did you hear anything about the meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m.?" He's like, "No." So my dad knew what was going on. Yeah. So he showed up at noon. It's like, fuck you. I'm not going out that way. Yeah, 31 years with the same company. That's how they fucking treated him. And they told him, if you want your pension, you can fight us in court.
Yeah.
Pretty much what the Canadian government did to you, just in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was literally no way for me to actually be able to fight it in court because of the fact that they followed due legal process.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't give you the option. At least they gave him the option. He took the easy.
Yeah, well, because like that's the thing. Like the government was cutting back Veterans Affairs funding, which cut back my fucking pension from $4,500 down to $135.
See, my brother's. He still got his because he's over 20 years.
Yeah.
So he'll get his medical pension plus his regular pension, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you get your 20-year pension, yeah, like you're 20 or you're 25, yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah.
But like, if you're trying to like make like, well, if you're trying to get by like on just your medical pension,
no, not a chance.
You're stuck in the fucking homeless shelter. Just like fucking 70% of the fucking veterans in Canada.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm surprised.
And the government wonders why fucking 1 out of every 3 fucking veterans ends up homeless, ends up fucking biting the bullet.
That's why I'm surprised that they just built Veterans House in 2021. I'm surprised they don't have more of those. It's really nice.
Well, that's the thing. Like 1 out of every 3 veterans that look at it this way. 2/3 of veterans end up homeless. 1 out of every 3 of those end up biting the bullet within the first 5 years of being being out of the service.
Mm-hmm.
How many veterans are there in Canada right now?
There's quite a few.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it. That's 2/3 of what of the veterans that actually have left the service in the past fucking 20 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So think about it. If there's 100,000 veterans living in Canada right now, then that means that there's at least 50,000 veterans that have served within the past 10 years that have fucking bit the bullet because the government has fucked us left, right, and center every fucking day.
I was only in for 6 months and I had enough friggin' mental fucking shit that happened to me to be, depressed and have those
I've seen some of my best fucking friends bleeding out right in front of me and fucking screaming, nothing I can fucking do about it. What do I get for it? Fuck off.
I agree, man. I agree. It's bullshit.
I fucking hate our government. Let's burn them to the fucking ground.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
They don't treat people right.
Yeah. Let's make our fucking government know what it's like to fucking see your own fucking die in front of you.
Yeah, and all they have to do is 2 terms and they get full pension. So 8 years.
All they gotta do is 8 years and they get a fucking $300,000 pension for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Living the lap of luxury.
Yeah, all they gotta do is sit in office for fucking 8 years and get for 4 years and they get $300,000 for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Or I get $135 a fucking
like
month,
and my dad,
and I was there
all.
fucking dodging bullets and bombs and seeing my fucking friend, my friends fucking dying in front of me.
Exactly. Life isn't fair, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'll show them fair.
Yeah.
I'll show them a fucking machete up their ass.
Yeah, that'll definitely help.
Yeah. It'll help me feel better, anyways.
Yeah, that's all. That's the main thing.
Yeah. They might not like it, but I sure will.
That's right. That's all that counts.
Yeah. Happy thoughts, ooh yeah. Happy thoughts. Ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah. Can't talk about disemboweling politicians in front of a lot of people, especially strangers.
If this is the place to do it, right in front of Parliament, right?
Tell my story.
Hopefully they're recording this, listening to us, anyways.
Yeah.
2 veterans going off.
Yeah. I almost getting half a chub thinking about disemboweling politicians.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Makes us feel good, anyways. That's the main thing.
Let it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's good shit.
Is that an infinity symbol on that flag?
It looks like it. Definitely.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Blue and white infinity. I don't know what flag it's supposed to be, but that's the native This must be a native thing. That's the native Canadian building now. Looks like that's like some sort of native flag right beside the Canadian flag, and then I don't know what the other one is.
How many territories are there? There's
three.
like
There's
10
three
provinces?
now, because of the Nunavut, Yukon, and Northwest Territories.
yeah.
Yep.
Then what's the fucking